Imagine sitting at a bar with your best friend. The music is low, the drinks are cold, and everything seems normal. You and your best friend are chilling at a bar. Soft music plays, your drinks are nice and cold, and everything feels usual. Then he suddenly leans in and says, "Dude, I'm still a virgin." You almost choke on your beer. Out of nowhere, he leans closer and says, "Man, I've never been with anyone." You almost spit out your drink in shock. And he shrugs. "I just want it to be special." "So what?" you ask. He just shrugs. "I don't want it to be random. It should mean something." The conversation takes off, some teasing, some real talk. Where do you even find the right person these days? You both start talking, some jokes, some serious thoughts. Where do people even meet someone special now? You ask. He smirks. "If I knew, I wouldn't be telling you this." You could say, "There's nothing wrong with that." He gives a small grin. "If I had the answer, I wouldn't be sitting here saying this." You might say, "That's totally fine, man." He might reply, "Yeah, but people act like it is." Someone might think, "Being a virgin at 25, that's rare." But is it? He could say, "Maybe, but people make it seem like a big deal." Some might think, "Still not having experience at 25? That's unusual." Is it really that strange? Let's step back in time. The word virgin comes from Latin, virgo, which originally just meant young woman. Let's go back in history. The word virgin comes from Latin, virgo. It first just meant a young girl. In ancient Rome, a virgo wasn't necessarily celibate. She was independent, unmarried, free. A long time ago in Rome, being a virgo didn't mean never having a partner. It just meant she was single and lived her own life. The virgin goddesses like Athena or Artemis weren't about innocence. They were about power, control over their own lives. Goddesses like Athena or Artemis weren't about being pure. They were strong, independent, and made their own choices. Then came the Middle Ages and things changed. Religion tied virginity to morality, to purity, to worth. But in the Middle Ages, everything changed. Religion made being a virgin about being good, clean, and valuable. It stopped being just about what you had or hadn't done. It became a symbol of something untouched, something original. It wasn't just about a person's experience anymore. It became a way to describe something pure or new. That's why we still say, virgin soil land never farmed, virgin forest untouched nature. That's why we use words like virgin land never used for farming, virgin forest nature that people haven't changed, virgin voyage a ship's first journey. Over time, the meaning stretched beyond just people. Virgin voyage when a ship sails for the first time. Later, the word started being used for more than just people. It stopped being just about people and started covering anything new. First time trying something, that's a virgin effort. It wasn't just about people anymore. If you try something for the first time, it's called a first attempt or a virgin try. Exploring an unknown place, that's virgin territory. First time diving into an untouched ocean, that's virgin waters. Going somewhere new, that's an unexplored place or a virgin area. Jumping into a deep sea no one has touched, that's fresh water. Now, back to real life. You're standing in the kitchen, staring at a raw chicken like it just landed from space. Let's return to reality. You're in your kitchen, looking at a whole raw chicken like it's some strange alien object. The oven is heating up, the recipe looks way too complicated, and the smoke detector is watching, ready to ruin your day. The oven is warming up, the cooking steps seem too hard, and the smoke alarm is just waiting to start beeping. All right, you tell yourself. Let's do this. An hour later, the kitchen is a mess. Okay, let's go, you say to yourself. An hour later, your kitchen looks like a tornado hit it. You've Googled things you never thought you'd need to, but somehow, you've made something edible. You've searched the internet for things you never expected, but in the end, you actually made food you can eat. You take a bite. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Your friend grabs a fork, chews, then grins. You try a piece. It's not amazing. It's not awful either. Your friend takes a bite, chews, and then smiles. Hey, not bad for your virgin effort at cooking. You laugh. I was sure I'd burn the place down. Hey, that's pretty good for your first time cooking. You chuckle. I really thought I'd wreck the whole kitchen. He could say, I wouldn't trust you with souffle yet, but this? Not bad. He might joke, I wouldn't ask you to make a fancy cake yet, but this? Pretty decent. You might reply, I feel like I just unlocked a new skill. Someone could think, first tries are always messy. You could say, I feel like I just learned something new. Someone might think, the first time doing anything is always a bit chaotic. See the pattern? At its core, virgin has always been about something untouched, something new. See what's happening? The word virgin has always been about something fresh, something nobody has used before. Whether it's love, cooking, or stepping into the unknown, we all start somewhere. No matter if it's about romance, learning to cook, or trying something scary, everyone has a first time. So, when have you been a virgin at something? Learning a skill, traveling somewhere new. Think about it. When was the last time you were completely new at something? Maybe learning, traveling, or doing something big? Facing something where you had no idea what to do? Have you ever been in a situation where you had no clue what to do next? Maybe the real meaning of virgin isn't about what you haven't done. It's about what's coming next. Maybe being a virgin isn't about what you didn't reach yet. Maybe it's about all the new things waiting for you. There's something special about stepping onto virgin snow. It's like being the first person to touch a brand new world. Walking on fresh snow feels amazing. It's like no one has ever been there before, and you're the first to explore it. The first snowfall of the season covers everything in white. The streets, the trees, the rooftops. It all looks fresh, untouched, perfect. When the first snow falls, it makes everything white. Roads, trees, and houses look new, clean, and like no one has walked on them yet. You pull on your boots, step outside, and hear the soft crunch under your feet. The air is freezing, but the moment feels warm. You put on your warm shoes, go outside, and hear the snow making a quiet sound under your steps. It's very cold, but you feel happy. Then, bam! Your best friend jumps in behind you, landing face first and ruining the smooth white surface. Suddenly, boom! Your friend jumps behind you, falls into the snow, and messes up the perfect white ground. Snow flies everywhere. So much for virgin snow, you mutter, laughing. He groans, covered in snow. I was going for a cool entrance. Snow goes everywhere, you laugh and say, well, so much for perfect snow. He makes a noise lying in the snow. I want it to look cool. You might say, well, at least you made history as the first to fall in it. He could reply, yeah, my virgin attempt at looking smooth failed. You could joke, at least you were the first person to fall in the snow. He might say, yeah, my first try at looking cool didn't work. Why do we call it virgin snow? Because it's fresh, untouched, brand new, just like the original meaning of the word. Why do people say virgin snow? Because it's clean, nobody has walked on it, and it looks completely new. But how long does anything stay that way? But how long does something stay perfect and new before it changes? Some moments in life change you forever. For Emma, college was full of firsts. Over drinks, she leans back and smirks. College was wild, she says. Some things in life make you a different person. For Emma, college was full of new experiences. Sitting with a drink, she smiles and says, college was crazy. Lost my virginity, found my passion for philosophy, and somehow set a couch on fire. Had my first time, discovered I love philosophy, and, well, I also burned a couch. You blink. Wait, what? She grins. Let's just say tequila and candles don't mix. You open your eyes wide. What? Really? She laughs. Let's just say drinking and candles are a bad idea together. She's not embarrassed. Losing her virginity was just one of many new experiences. It wasn't about losing something. It was about discovering more of herself. She doesn't feel shy. Her first time was just one of many new things she tried. It wasn't just about changing, it was about learning more about who she is. You might ask, no regrets? She could reply, regrets? Nah, just great stories. You could ask, do you wish you had done things differently? She might say differently? No way, just fun memories. The word virginity has always been about something untouched. But in life, first experiences aren't just about losing innocence. The word virginity has always meant something new and not changed. But in real life, first times are not only about being new to something. They're about growth, change, stepping into something new. Have you ever had a first experience that completely changed how you saw the world? They're about learning, changing, and trying new things. Have you ever done something for the first time that made you see life differently? Let's step back in time. It's April 10th, 1912. The Titanic, the most advanced ship ever built, is about to set sail. Let's go back in time. It's April 10th, 1912. The Titanic, the biggest and most modern ship, is ready to leave. It's her virgin voyage, her very first journey. Passengers sip champagne, admiring the grand halls, the glittering chandeliers. It's the ship's first trip ever. People drink champagne, look at the beautiful rooms, and enjoy the shining lights. It's a floating palace. Unsinkable, they say. The safest ship in history. But a few nights later, disaster strikes. Iceberg, panic. It's like a big moving castle. People say, it can't sink. It's the safest ship ever made. But after a few nights, something terrible happens. An iceberg. Fear everywhere. The unsinkable ship disappears beneath the waves. You might think, what a tragic end for a virgin voyage. The ship that couldn't sink goes underwater and is gone. You could think, what a sad way for the ship's first trip to end. Someone could say, they were too confident. Just because it's the first time doesn't mean it's perfect. Someone might say, they believe too much in the ship. Just because it's new doesn't mean it's safe. Why do we call it a virgin voyage? Because it was the ship's first journey. Why do we say virgin voyage? Because it was the ship's first time sailing. Like untouched snow, like first experiences, a virgin voyage is full of promise. But not all firsts go as planned. Like fresh snow or new experiences, a first trip feels full of hope. But sometimes things don't go well. First steps, first mistakes, first wins. The word virgin isn't just about purity. It's about beginnings. First tries, first failures, first successes. The word virgin isn't only about being pure, it's about starting something new. Whether it's stepping onto fresh snow, taking risks in college, or launching a grand ship, every virgin moment holds its own meaning. Walking on fresh snow, doing something scary in college, or sending a big ship on its first trip. Every first time brings a unique feeling. So, when have you had a virgin experience? The first time trying something scary? When was your first time doing something new? The first time you tried something that made you nervous? The first time making history, at least in your own way? The first time doing something big, even if only for yourself? Maybe being a virgin at something isn't about what you lack. Maybe it's about what's waiting for you. Maybe being new at something isn't about missing experience. Maybe it's about the new things waiting ahead. You walk into a party, music blasting, people laughing, bartender shaking drinks like a pro. You step up to the counter. You enter a loud party, the music is strong, people are having fun, and the bartender is making drinks fast. You walk to the bar. I'll have a virgin mojito, you say. The bartender gives you a look. Not drinking? You ask for a mojito without alcohol. The bartender looks at you strangely. You don't want alcohol? He asks. Nope, you say, lifting your mocktail like a trophy. I like to remember my bad decisions. No, you reply, holding up your drink like a prize. I prefer to remember the silly things I do. He chuckles, sliding you the drink. Smart move, but bad decisions are still on the menu. He laughs and hands you the drink. Good idea, but you can still do silly things tonight. You take a sip. Minty, refreshing, and alcohol-free. Tastes like the real thing, minus regrets. You drink it. It's cold, fresh, and full of mint. It tastes real, but without the alcohol and next day regrets. You could say, I want a virgin cocktail. I have to drive later. Someone might ask, does a virgin drink even taste good? You might say, I'll take a drink without alcohol. I need to drive home later. Someone may ask, is a drink without alcohol still tasty? Here, virgin means pure, untouched by alcohol, like virgin olive oil, natural, unprocessed. In this case, virgin means it has no alcohol. It's like virgin olive oil, which is clean and pure. Same drink, just missing the kick. Where else could you use virgin like this? It's the same drink, just without the strong effect. Can you think of other times we use virgin like this? Different party, different vibe. Some guy's talking loud, beer in hand, acting like he owns the place. A new party, but the mood is different. A guy is drinking beer, talking loudly, and acting very important. He's bragging about how he took someone's virginity, like it's some kind of achievement. He's loudly saying he was someone's first partner, like it makes him special. People exchange glances. The mood shifts. Then someone speaks up. People look at each other, uncomfortable. The fun feeling is gone. Then someone decides to say something. Dude, bragging about that is like bragging about being first in line at McDonald's. Man, that's like being proud because you were the first to get a burger when a McDonald's opened. A few chuckles, the guy shrugs, suddenly less sure of himself. You might say, that's not something to flex about. Some people laugh a little, the guy looks less confident now. You could say, that's nothing to be proud of. Someone could think, why does he act like this makes him cool? Someone might wonder, why does he think this makes him important? Here, virginity means a first-time experience, something personal. But does it belong to someone else to take? In this case, virginity is about doing something for the first time. But is it something another person can take? Maybe it's better to think of it as something shared, not won. Wouldn't that make more sense? Maybe it's better to see it as something two people experience together, not a prize to win. Don't you agree? Now picture this. You're floating in deep blue water far from shore. Below you, a hidden cave opens up. Imagine this. You are in the ocean, far from land. Under you, there is a secret cave. Dark and silent. No footprints, no human marks. Just pure nature. It's deep, quiet, and empty. No people have ever been here. It's only nature. As you dive deeper, your partner signals, "Welcome to virgin waters." You swim lower. Your friend makes a hand sign, meaning, this is a place no one has touched before. No one's ever explored this place. Every rock, fish, and shadow, untouched. This place has never been visited. The rocks, the fish, and the dark spaces are all new. It's equal parts peaceful and thrilling. You could say, this is virgin territory. We're the first ones here. It feels calm but also exciting. You might say, this is new land. No one has been here before. Someone might think, it's amazing to be the first person to see this. Someone could feel, it's special to be the first person to find this. Here, virgin means something new, untouched by people, like a virgin forest, wild and free. In this case, virgin means a place where no one has been before, like a natural forest that people haven't changed, like fresh, untouched snow. See the connection? Whether it's a drink, an experience, or a place, virgin is about something pure, It's like snow before anyone walks on it. Do you see the pattern? The word virgin always means something fresh, clean, and not changed. Something that hasn't been influenced yet. When was the last time you stepped into something totally unfamiliar? Something that is still in its original state. When was the last time you tried something completely different? The boat rocked gently as Alex paddled, his strokes slow and easy. Lily leaned back, letting her fingers skim the surface of the lake. The boat moved up and down softly while Alex rowed without rushing. Lily lay back, touching the water lightly with her fingers. The water was calm, only rippling where their boat passed. You ever think about being the first person somewhere? Alex asked, squinting at the shoreline. The lake was still, except for small waves made by their boat. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be the first person in a place? Alex said, looking at the shore. Lily smirked. Like the first person on this lake? Feels like we're explorers or something. Nah, I mean really first. Like the first human born in Antarctica. Lily grinned. You mean like the first to be here? It's like we're adventurers. No, I mean really the first. Like the first baby ever born in Antarctica. She sat up. Wait, born? Like born? Yeah, 1978. Before that, no babies, no hospitals, nothing. She sat straight. Wait, you mean actually born? Yeah, in 1978. Before that, no one had babies there, no doctors, nothing. Lily laughed. That's insane. Like being born on the moon. Argentina actually sent a pregnant woman there on purpose, just to make history. She chuckled. That's crazy. It's like being born in space. Argentina even sent a woman there just to have a baby and make history. Man, imagine his birthday parties. Oh, you were born in a hospital? Cute. I was born in minus 50-degree weather on ice. Wow, imagine telling people about that. Oh, you were born in a warm hospital? Nice. I was born in freezing cold, on ice. Alex chuckled, dipping his paddle back into the water. Most people move for work or school. This guy? Born just to put a flag in the ground. Alex laughed, putting his paddle in the water again. People usually move for jobs or school. This kid? Born just so his country could say, we were first. Lily pulled out her phone and checked the signal. Nothing. No service, she sighed. Feels like I'm in 1969. Lily took out her phone and looked at the screen. No signal. No internet, she groaned. Feels like I'm stuck in the past. Alex raised an eyebrow. Oh no, are you about to tell me a story? She grinned. The first internet message ever sent. Want to guess what it was? Alex gave her a look. Wait, you're going to tell me some weird fact, aren't you? She smiled. Want to know what the first internet message in history was? Hello world? Nope, they tried to send login, but the system crashed after low. Hello world? Nope, they wanted to type login, but the computer broke after just low. Alex burst out laughing. So the internet's first words were low and then it died? Alex laughed out loud. So the very first thing on the internet was LO and then everything stopped working? Yep, even the internet started as a failed experiment. That's comforting, Alex said. Makes me feel better about my own mistakes. Yeah, even the internet was a mess at first. That actually makes me feel better, Alex said. At least I'm not the only one who fails. Lily smiled. Right? If they'd quit after one crash, we wouldn't even be able to Google stupid facts in the middle of this lake. Lily grinned. Exactly. If they had given up, we wouldn't be here looking up random stuff while floating in a boat. Alex let the paddle rest on his knees and looked around. No boats, no cabins. Just water, trees, and sky. Alex put the paddle on his lap and glanced around. No people, no houses, just nature everywhere. This place feels untouched, he said, like a virgin lake. Lily nodded. Kind of like those uncontacted tribes in the Amazon. It's like no one has ever been here, he said. Like a hidden lake. Lily agreed. Kind of like those people in the Amazon who don't know about the outside world. Alex blinked. Wait, there are still tribes that don't know about the modern world? Alex widened his eyes. Wait, you mean there are still people who don't know about phones in cities? Yep, no phones, no electricity, no McDonald's. Just living like it's 10,000 years ago. Yeah, no internet, no lights, no fast food. They live like people did thousands of years ago. That's crazy. I thought every place had been discovered. People keep pushing into their land, though. Wonder how long they'll stay uncontacted. That's wild. I thought the whole world was explored. But people keep getting closer to them. Who knows how much longer they'll stay hidden? Alex stared at the trees. You think they're better off not knowing what's out here? Alex looked at the forest. Do you think it's better for them to never find out about the modern world? She thought for a second. Imagine finding out about taxes and Wi-Fi bills all at once. She paused. Imagine learning about bills, jobs, and bad Wi-Fi all on the same day. Alex shook his head. Yeah, forget that. Let them keep their peaceful virgin life. Alex sighed. Yeah, they're probably better off without all this stress. As they drifted toward shore, the lake stretched behind them, still and quiet. So, Alex said, being first at something, good or bad? As they floated back to land, the lake behind them was calm and silent. So, Alex asked, is being first in something a good thing or not? Lily laughed. Depends. If it's being born in a freezing wasteland or sending a message that immediately fails, maybe not great. Lily giggled. It depends. If you're born in an icy desert or your first try at something fails, maybe not so fun. Alex grinned. But if it means avoiding taxes forever, 10 out of 10, no regrets. Alex smirked. But if it means never paying taxes, that's a win for me. She picked up the paddle and splashed him. Okay, explorer, take us back before we become the next uncontacted tribe. She grabbed the paddle and splashed water at him. All right, adventurer, get us back before we disappear like those lost tribes. You ever try something for the first time and immediately regret it? Have you ever done something new and thought, wow, this was a bad idea? That's exactly what happens when your friends invite you on a hiking trip. You think, sure, how hard can it be? This is what happens when your friends ask you to go hiking. You agree, thinking, it can't be that difficult. Fast forward 3 hours and you're clinging to a rock, legs shaking, completely out of breath. 3 hours later, you're holding onto a rock, your legs feel weak, and you're gasping for air. You said it was an easy trail, you yell. Your friend laughs. It is, for people who aren't hiking virgins. You told me this trail was simple, you shout. Your friend chuckles. It is, if you've hiked before. You blink. Hiking virgin? Makes sense. First time, totally lost, questioning every life choice. Yep, that's you. You pause. A beginner at hiking? Yeah, that describes you perfectly. New, confused, and regretting everything. You could say, I'm a virgin to hiking, never done it before. They might reply, oh, you'll love it, or hate it. We'll find out. You could say, I've never hiked before. I have no experience at all. They could answer, you'll either enjoy it or totally hate it. Let's see which one. Ever been a virgin at something? Cooking, driving, public speaking? First times are rough, but that's how everything starts. Have you ever been completely new at something? Maybe cooking, driving, or speaking in public? The first time is always tough, but that's how we learn. Sometimes virgin isn't about people, it's about places. Sometimes the word isn't about a person, it's about a place. You inherit a piece of land in the countryside. It's wild, untouched, full of possibilities. You get some land in the countryside. It's never been used, totally natural, with so many things you could do. The old farmer next door looks it over and nods. That's virgin soil, never been farmed before. he says. An old farmer from next door checks the land and nods. That's fresh land. Nobody has ever planted anything here, he says. You stare at the field, picturing golden wheat, fresh veggies, maybe even an orchard. Then reality hits. You look at the field and imagine growing wheat, vegetables, maybe even fruit trees. Then you realize you have no idea how to start. So, where do I put the seeds? He chuckles. City boy, huh? So where do I actually plant stuff? He laughs. You must be from the city, right? You could say this land is untouched, true virgin soil and ready for planting. You could say this land has never been used. It's completely fresh, ready for farming. He might reply, yep, never been used. It's got potential if you know what you're doing. He could answer, yeah, nobody's ever farmed here. It could be great if you know how to use it. Just like a first-time hiker, new ground needs work. It's pure, full of promise, but without effort, nothing grows. Just like learning something new, this land needs work. It's fresh and full of possibilities, but if you don't work on it, nothing will happen. Words change, meanings shift. Sometimes virgin isn't about being new, it's about being almost something. Words change and their meanings do too. Sometimes this word isn't about being completely new, it means something is really close to being a certain way. Your coworker strolls in late. Again, you cross your arms. Traffic was insane, he claims. He walks in late, like always. You fold your arms. The roads were a mess, he says. You glance outside at the empty road. Dude, that excuse is virgin on the ridiculous. You look out the window and see no cars. Man, that excuse is almost too silly to believe. He shrugs. What can I say? The universe is against me. You roll your eyes. Nah, just your alarm clock. He just shrugs. Not my fault. The universe is out to get me. You shake your head. Nope, it's just you not waking up on time. You could say, that excuse is virgin on the ridiculous. It makes no sense. He might reply, what, you don't believe in fate? You could say, that excuse is right on the edge of being completely unbelievable. He could answer, oh, so you doubt bad luck exists? Ever heard something that's almost believable but just doesn't add up? That's when this fits, right on the edge of making sense, but still a joke. Have you ever heard something that sounds kind of true but still seems fake? That's when this phrase works, something that's almost believable but still funny. So what's the real meaning of virgin? First times, untouched places, something that's almost too much? So what does this word really mean? Being new at something, a place nobody has used? Something that's almost true but not quite? It's all of them. A new skill, fresh ground, an excuse just shy of nonsense. It can mean all of these, a new experience, land that hasn't been touched, or an excuse that's nearly ridiculous. So what are you a virgin at? And what's waiting for you to try next? So what's something you've never done before? And what new thing will you try soon? You open the app, take a deep breath, and start swiping. Left, right, left again. It's like a game, you mutter. You launch the app, exhale slowly, and begin swiping. Left, right, then left again. This feels like playing, you say quietly. Your best friend peeks over your shoulder and smirks. Wow, you're like a dating virgin all over again. Your best friend leans in, grinning. Look at you. It's like you've never dated before. You groan, staring at a message that just says, hey, no effort, no personality. Yeah, and it's just as awkward as I remember. You sigh, looking at a boring, hey message. No real try, no fun. This is just as weird as before. She laughs. You're like a hiker stepping into a jungle for the first time. You sigh. Feels more like I'm lost in one. She chuckles. You look like someone lost in a wild forest, not knowing where to go. You shake your head. More like I have no map and no idea where I am. You could say, it's weird starting over. She might reply, first times are always awkward. You might say, starting it again feels strange. She could answer, the first time is always a bit uncomfortable. Someone could think, dating after a long break feels like being new all over again. Someone might feel, after not dating for so long, it's like learning from zero again. First steps, first tries, first dates, it's all the same. You feel clueless, unsure, a little nervous. Doing something for the first time, walking, learning, dating, always feels confusing. You don't know what to do and feel a bit scared. But that's what makes it exciting, right? But that's why it's fun. It's a new adventure. Some places in the world have never been touched by human feet. Some mountains stand tall, waiting for their first climber. There are places on Earth where no one has ever walked. Some mountains are high and waiting for someone to climb them first. You stare up at the peak. It's a virgin mountain. Never climbed, never conquered. You look up at the top. No one has ever reached it before. It's fresh and waiting. Your heart pounds. The wind howls. The snow crunches under your boots. Let's make history, you whisper. Your chest beats fast. The wind is loud. Your boots press into the snow. Time to do something big, you say softly. You might ask, what does it feel like to be the first? Someone could say, that mountain is a true virgin peak. You could ask, how does it feel to be the very best? Someone might say, that mountain has never been climbed before. He might think, nothing has ever touched this place. It's pure. He could feel, no one has been here before. It's clean and untouched. The thrill of something untouched, whether it's a mountain, a forest, or even an idea. The first step makes all the difference. The excitement of finding something new, maybe a place, maybe a thought. Taking that first move changes everything. Jake leans back in his chair. I'd rather die a virgin than settle for someone I don't love. Jake crosses his arms. I'd rather stay alone forever than be with someone I don't really love. His friends roll their eyes. Big words, man. Let's see in 10 years. His friends shake their heads. You talk big now. Let's see if you say the same in 10 years. Years later at his wedding, his best man smirks. Ladies and gentlemen, he swore he'd die a virgin. Many years later at his wedding, his best friend grins. Everyone, he once said he'd stay single forever. Lucky for him, he found the one exception. The crowd laughs. Jake shakes his head, grinning. All right, I was dramatic. But luckily, he found the one person who changed his mind. People laugh. Jake smiles and waves his hands. Okay, I said too much back then. You could say never. He might reply, I meant it at the time. Someone could think, funny how things change. You might say, you never know what will happen. He could answer, I really believed it back then. Someone might feel, life really surprises you sometimes. Holding out for the right reason, whether it's love, a goal, or a belief, makes it even more special when it finally happens. Waiting for something important, whether it's love, a dream, or something you believe in, makes it feel even better when you finally get it. So, what does virgin really mean? It's about being new, untouched, a first experience. So, what does it really mean to be new? It's about something fresh, something no one has done before. Whether it's love, adventure, or stepping into the unknown, we all start somewhere. So, when was your last virgin moment? It could be love, a journey, or trying something scary. We all begin at some point, so when was the last time you did something completely new? Imagine walking into a forest where no human has ever set foot. The air is thick with the smell of moss and damp earth. Picture yourself stepping into a wild forest, a place where no one has ever been. The air is heavy with the scent of wet ground and green plants. Trees stretch high above, their trunks wide and ancient. Everything feels untouched, like time stopped here. The trees are huge and very old, reaching high into the sky. It looks like nothing has changed for hundreds of years. Your friend stumbles over a root and nearly faceplants. Okay, maybe nature doesn't want us here, he yells, brushing off dirt. Your friend trips on a tree root and almost falls flat on his face. All right, I think the forest is trying to kick us out, he shouts, shaking off the dirt. You laugh. Well, it is a virgin forest. No roads, no people, just nature doing its thing. You chuckle. Yeah, this place is completely wild. No paths, no buildings, just nature growing however it wants. He might say, it feels different, wilder. You could reply, yeah, like stepping into the past. Nothing here has been messed with. He might say, this place is strange, it's more natural, more alive. You could answer, yeah, it's like going back in time. Nobody has touched or changed anything here. A virgin forest is special because it's pure, unchanged. But isn't that the same idea behind other meanings of virgin? A wild forest is special because it has never been changed. Isn't that the same idea when we use this word in other ways? Something untouched, brand new, full of possibility? Something fresh, never used before, ready for something new to happen? I'm a born-again virgin, Sam says, setting down his coffee. His friends pause. Wait, what? I've decided to start fresh, Sam says, putting his cup on the table. His friends stop talking. Huh? What do you mean? He nods. Yep, no more random dating, no more hookups. Just me, my books, and a fresh start. He nods. Yeah, no more short relationships, no more one-night stands. Just me, my books, and a new beginning. His best friend smirks. Uh-huh, how long before you crack? Sam laughs. Nah, man, I'm serious. His best friend grins. Sure, let's see how long that lasts. Sam chuckles. No, really, I mean it this time. Being a born-again virgin is like hitting reset. It's saying, forget the past. This time, I'm doing things differently. Starting over is like pressing a restart button. It means leaving old mistakes behind and trying a new way. You might ask, so you're just pretending none of it happened? Sam could reply, not pretending, just choosing a new path. You might ask, so you're acting like the past didn't happen? Sam could answer, I'm not ignoring it, I'm just making a different choice now. Kind of like a virgin forest, right? No footprints, no history, just a chance to start fresh. It's a bit like a wild forest, no paths, no past, just a brand new start. The professor leans against his desk. AI is still a virgin field, he says. So much left to explore. The professor rests on his desk. AI is still very new, he says. There's a lot we don't know yet. A student in the back mutters, sounds like my dating life. Someone in the back mumbles, that's just like my love life. Nothing happening. The class bursts into laughter. The professor shakes his head. Well, at least one of them has potential. The whole class laughs. The professor sighs. Well, at least one of them might improve. AI, like a virgin field, is full of possibilities. No one knows exactly where it's headed or what it will become. AI, like a new and open space, has endless possibilities. We don't know where it's going or what it will turn into. You could say, it's like the Wild West of technology. Someone might reply, yeah, no rules yet, just figuring things out as we go. You might say, it's like a new world in tech, anything can happen. Someone could respond, yeah, nobody has made the rules yet, we're still learning. It's funny how virgin can mean so many things. An untouched forest, a fresh start in dating, a whole new industry waiting to be explored. It's interesting how this word can mean so many things. An unchanged forest, starting over in relationships, or a new type of work. But in the end, it always comes down to the same idea, something new, something pure, something that hasn't been shaped by the world yet. It's always about the same thing, something fresh, something natural, something that hasn't been changed yet. So, what's your next virgin experience? A new job? A new city? A new adventure? What's the next big first time adventure for you? A new career? Moving to a new place? Trying something exciting? Maybe the real question is, what are you ready to discover? Perhaps the true question is, what new thing are you excited to try?